Hello everyone, I'm JD and welcome back to my playthrough of Final Fantasy VI. Last time we started a new game and invaded the town of Narshi with the Imperial soldiers Biggs and Wedge as well as their green-haired companion. We fought our way through the town, found a frozen Esper, which then quickly disposed of Biggs and Wedge before freeing their green-haired companion from the mind control she was under. We find out her name is Terra, and then she has to escape from the guards of Narshi into the mines, where she is then rescued by Locke and the Moon Boys. And now we're getting ready to make our way to Figaro Castle. Let's get started, shall we? Alright, so I forgot to mention last time, so just like Terra has the class Magitech Elite, Locke has the Adventurer class. He mainly equips daggers and knives. He can also equip, later on he'll get an opportunity to equip things like boomerangs, whereas Terra, she can equip knives, she can also mainly equip swords as well. And she also gets a couple flails that she can equip. Now, for all of his insistence that he is a treasure hunter, not a thief, our adventurer Locke has the steal skill. Well, I mean, I suppose other people's items, taking them as a form of treasure hunting, I guess. Yeah, Locke is a thief. He is a treasure hunter too, but yeah, he's a thief. Alright, so... But the steal ability is when it works, it's a good way to get some items, and it also, you can get some weapons for characters that you wouldn't be able to get till later on. But, it's not being very forthcoming right now. It depends on his level versus the enemy's level. Ooh, scorpions. Oh, that worked. Have I mentioned I love the battle music in this game? I also love how if you're in a desert, the background moves like heat haze. I think that's what that's called. There's some really cool effects in this game. Now there's one more fight I want to try to get in. Alright, well. There's another enemy in the desert, but apparently it's not going to, I'll do one more fight, but I'm not going to kill myself trying to get this enemy to appear. There are two reasons to try and get all the enemies to... Dang it! To appear. One, obviously, is the bestiary purposes. But there's another reason, which we'll discover later. In the meantime, like I said, I'm not going to kill myself trying to get that other enemy to appear. So, Terra learned Poisona. I think that's how you pronounce it. So Terra is one of two characters who can learn magic naturally as she levels up. She started off with just Cure and Fire. But when she gained level 6, she learned another spell. This one removes poison status from the target, which can be useful. You don't have any healing items. Alright, we have arrived at Figaro Castle. Okay. Alright, I guess I want us to go speak to the king. Of course it is. Alright, these two doors right here lead to stores. This guy sells interesting items. Special enemies with a spray of crossbow bolts used with the tools command. Just buy a noise blaster and a bio blaster. Don't buy an auto crossbow. We'll get one of those for free later. And if we go into our items, you see the noise blaster and the bio blaster in there. If your inventory gets kind of cluttered, you can sort, and that will automatically reorganize your items for you, which is nice. Oh, and if you look under rare, they're kind of like storyline items, but, well, some of them do have an impact on the plot, some of them don't. Come over here. It's just a regular item shop. I'm gonna buy 2 Phoenix Downs and a tent. Gold needle. Here's petrification. Okay. Anyway, moving on. Let's go talk to the king everybody was telling us to go talk to. Alright, so the king's name is Edgar. Yep. Don't worry, Terra. It's fine. So, yeah, Edgar fancies himself a bit of a ladies' man. Oh dear. Come up here. We get a Phoenix down. Phoenix Downs will revive your characters if they're KO'd with a small amount of HP. And the tents I bought earlier can be used on the world map or at save points. And they fully restore the entire party's HP and MP. They're kind of a staple for the series. I already talked to that guy. Cool. Alright. We won't go. We'll go down those stairs later. The ones that were in the library. Let's see what's down here. Why does a castle need an engine room? Alright. Well, hi, Lone Wolf the Pickpocket. Nothing in that jar. Oh, before I forget, I'm gonna move Terra back to the front row. We'll see why later. Oh, what does this guy say? Oh, okay, well, good for you. So some rooms with the four beds organized like that, if you walk into the room, they'll give you an option to go to sleep. Down here. Chocobo Nights. Yeah, that was informative. Thank you. Okay. Alright. So that was Edgar's twin brother. Not entirely sure how to pronounce its name. I've always just pronounced it Sabin, so that's what I'm going to say unless I hear otherwise. And we won't be meeting him for a while. As just some family history. This guy's the Chancellor. That's an interesting way to pick who's going to become the next king. And no, he's not an evil Chancellor. He's a good guy. Alright, so before we go talk to Kefka, let's just listen to his awesome theme for a bit. And so Edgar is a machinist. He equips mainly heavy armor, but if you go into your items, you'll notice that, oh, you have an auto crossbow now. Yep, Edgar joining the party automatically adds an auto crossbow to your inventory. That's why I did not buy one earlier. Now, if we go to equip him, we can take his mithril sword and exchange it for the mithril spear that we got from Mog earlier. Notice how his attack jumps from 58 to 90. Edgar mainly uses swords and spears as his weapons. So, yeah, that's about it. So as a machinist, Edgar can use those tools in battle to attack enemies. Excuse me. Alright, let's go talk to Kefka. These guys first. I think you'll find it is. That sounds ominous. Oh, but I love Team Compass. Alright, so now Locke will show us to our room. And we'll go down those stairs that we saw earlier that didn't really point out until after I'd already left the library. Sorry. Where's Locke? Oh, well, there's only one place in the castle we haven't been to yet, so... Well, like I said earlier, I mean, other people's treasures, I guess. Anyway. I noticed. Yes, thank you. No, they're kind of jerks. Alright. Well. Excuse me. Is that so? I kind of want to know what goes through Kefka's head when he hears the word sinker into the sand. Again, I'm not sure I want to know what's going through Kefka's head at all. Oh, and I guess this is why the castle has an engine room. Time for a boss fight. Let's see. So, Edgar's auto crossbow is really powerful at this point in the game. Like, really powerful. Also, you can't really tell, but if you look at your characters, when you get attacked from behind, whatever row they're normally in, they get forced into the other row. So all of my characters were in the front row. Being attacked from behind meant they all got forced into the back row. Well, Terra got beat up pretty bad, so I'm gonna just cure everybody. Yes, Edgar, what's the matter? Okay, boys, let's, we got a fight to finish. Oh, dear. Well, fortunately, one more auto crossbow is all it takes to take them down. Whew. Good, because that was close. Yep, 2 auto crossbows is all it takes to take those guys down. And being a long-range attack, it does the same damage from the back row. So you can just stick Edgar in the back row and have him auto crossbow repeatedly. So, we're riding a chocobo now. In order to turn left or right, you hold left or right on the directional stick if you're using an Xbox controller, like I am. To move forward, you forward. And to dismount, you use your cancel button. And now, we're on our way to South Figaro. Alright, into the cave. And hey, recovery spring. Good, because Terra needed it. So, there are 3 enemies that we can face in here. At this point in the game, yeah, there's 3 enemies. We'll be coming back here later, and when we do, the enemy list will change. So, in order to get all the enemies in the bestiary, you need to make sure you fight all 3 enemies here now. Because when you come back later for storyline purposes, they will no longer be here. So that was one of them, a slug thing called an Urarok. Another thing to note is this is another one of those places I mentioned where if you leave the chests and come back later, they will contain better items. So I will not be taking any of the treasure chests that are in here yet. And this is a Foper, I think? A hairy eyeball monster. We'll just call it a hairy eyeball monster. How about that? So one more. And a hornet. And that's everything. Oh. I forgot, we can take the mithril sword that Edgar had earlier and give it to Terra. And I'm gonna stick both Edgar and Terra in the back row. Locke, unfortunately, if you want him to do any kind of damage, he's gotta stay in the front row. Now, it's time to hear one of the best world map tracks ever. Okay, I didn't mean to do that, but I guess you can't really determine when you get into a random battle, can you? So... the Unseelie is a more powerful palette swap of the green monster that we fought in the Narshi mines. And yeah. Alright. Back to the music. Okay, going into South Figaro now. Oh! Some strange character. Let's follow him. He went into the pub. Didn't quite get to see that because we got blocked by that guy. Little girl. A bit young to be in a pub. Who's this? Shadow's an interesting character. He won't be joining us anytime soon, but, yeah, when he does join you, he, as it says, he tends to come and go as he pleases. Anyway. What were we supposed to do? Kefka lit it on fire. Nope, no elixir there. Alright, so this is a relic shop. Right now we have sprint shoes, silver spectacles, a jeweled ring, star pendant, and a knight's code. I'm going to get a pair of sprint shoes because our walking speed is dreadfully slow, and 2 star pendants. And apparently, oh, right, no, that's not. Alright, I'm gonna give Locke the sprint shoes, and one of the star pendants. I'm going to give the other one to Terra. Because we're going to be dealing with some enemies later on that will have the ability to poison us. Now you might be asking, why didn't I get one for Edgar? Well, okay, notice that we're walking much more quickly now. Well, you'll see shortly why I didn't get one for Edgar. Now, there are a bunch of items we could collect here from the barrels and stuff, but we're not going to yet, because, again, us. If you wait till much later in the game, you get much better items. Let's go to the weapon and armor shop. Always prioritize armor. Alright, so 2 heavy shields and Kenpo-gi and a cotton robe. There's no armor for Edgar yet, except for the plumed hats. So let's go ahead and equip those. Well, no, I have a heavy shield for him. Now, don't sell the bucklers yet. Hold on to them, because they'll be useful later. If you hadn't gotten the mithril shield from Mog, we'd be giving one of them to Locke right now. But we did, so... Alright, so now that we've re-equipped them, let's go ahead and sell the 2 leather armors. That'll get us enough money for 1 plumed hat. Which I will give to Edgar. Flashy chocobo. Alright, we're not going to be able to buy any more plumed hats for now. If we come over here... Dagger, mithril knife, mithril sword... Great sword... So basically all we need is 800 gil for 1 great sword, and 500 gil for 2 plumed hats. Alright, so we're gonna have to do some money grinding. But we'll do that later. Let's yes, that would make it kind of hard. Cool. Ah. And down here is a save point for some reason. But we won't use that right now. Excuse me. Not yet. Item shop. Can't really afford anything. Alright. Well, there's one more house to check out, the house of the richest man in town. In the Game Boy Advance version, there was actually a sprint button that was included. It wasn't in the original, I don't believe it was in the PlayStation version either. In fact, I'm pretty sure it was just in the Game Boy Advance version. It made the sprint shoes kind of redundant. Gee, I wonder what that kid was about to say. Uh-huh. That will be important much later in the game. And actually, I'm going to go somewhere where you're not really supposed to go until later in the game. If you go behind this bookshelf... and then down here... get a hyper wrist and Hermes sandals. Now, a hyper wrist increases your strength, while Hermes sandals gives you auto haste. That's why I didn't buy a star pendant for Edgar, because his auto crossbow is based on his strength stat, and the Hermes sandals give him haste. Yeah, fights are going to go much quicker now. And again, that's just right across from the path. And yeah, like I said, we're not supposed to be here till much later in the game, but the heck with it. Oh, hey. That's 2 plumed hats. Oh, hey, that's my greatsword. And more money, and nothing. Oh, what's that behind that? Oh, well. Alright, yeah, that was slight sequence breaking, but no matter. The 2 relics are worth it. Very, very worth it. Oh, right. Okay. 2 plumed hats. And a greatsword. Let's do Terra first. Alright, so now our characters have all the equipment they need. So let's move on. Oh, if we come down here... the Saber Mountains. There's a port. Alright, the ship isn't going anywhere. Alright. Well, maybe it will later. There's also a chocobo pen here. You can rent chocobos, and the guy will teach you how to ride them. Let's do that. Alright. So this is the, this game's version of the Chocobo theme, called Techno de Chocobo. And hey, a house. Okay, that was pointless, but whatever. Anyway, let's go into this house real quick. That sounds ominous. Alright, come back in here. If you get into the bed... Yay, free healing. Yep. Alright, moving on. So now let's head toward Mount Colts. Now, I didn't mention this earlier, but if you look at the map, your next destination is marked by a red square. Ooh, this guy. Belmadar. He has a really good item to steal. If he'll do it. Basically, it's a weapon for a character that will be joining us shortly. If he'll do it. Come on. Oh, that was kind of pointless. And that was not the weapon. Alright, well, I kind of hoped that would be forthcoming, but whatever. Anyway, I'm going to call it good there. I am going to be spending some time off-screen grinding for that weapon. Hopefully it won't take me too long, because I really don't want to gain too many levels. It's good at the start of the game to keep your levels as low as possible, because there's a way later on to permanently increase your character's stats. But it happens by level up, so if you increase your levels too much at the start, then you can't increase your stats that much. Anyway, I'm going to call it good there. Thank you for joining me. Leave a like or comment below, and I hope to see you next time. Have a good day.